Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Back to School, where we grade horrible matches with some bad grades and great matches with some awesome grades. Psycho Steve here with you once again. And let me tell you, folks, we had some trash today. Of course, we're grading Monday Night Raw. So let's get the show started. If you smell what we're cooking. Starting off the show, no Kurt Angle, no Roman Reigns. I'm glad about that. We started off with Elias in the ring. Elias, of course, like I say, and every week I say he's white hot with WWE, walk with Elias. And of course, last week, hitting Seth Rollins with a guitar in the back created some buzz for Elias. So he is actually really white hot. So I'm gonna give this segment a B+. The reason I do that is because Seth Rollins comes right out and they have a showdown. The guitar versus the chair. All around the ring, guitar versus the chair. And what does that lead to? Seth Rollins getting the advantage with the chair, hitting the guitar out of his hand. Then who comes out? Jinder Mahal, helping out Elias. Guess who's coming out after that? Of course, Roman Reigns. I was hoping we didn't see him this week, but we didn't see him last week, so I guess WWE, we gotta bring Roman back. He did get some cheers, but not enough for me to give it a good grade. That B+ is actually going down to a C- just because of Roman Reigns. Of course, Curt Angle comes out, makes a match, not for the main event, but he's gonna start the match right now. Tag team, Jinder Mahal, Elias versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Now that match, it was okay. I'm not gonna give it a good grade at all. I'm gonna keep it with that C-. The whole segment, the whole match, C-. I'm not even gonna get into it. I really don't care for Roman Reigns right now. Him and Jinder Mahal, they have no storyline. It's just they don't like each other. Ooh, big deal. I do love the fact Seth Rollins and Elias are gonna have an Intercontinental match at Money in the Bank. I can't wait for that match. But Jinder Mahal and Roman, I could care less. And very surprisingly, we see Curt Hawkins in the ring with a jobber. Usually Curt Hawkins is the jobber. Of course, he has this legendary streak of losses, 199, or I'm sorry, 0 and 199. So he's lost 199 straight matches. Will he get his first win? I mean, a jobber versus a jobber, Curt Hawkins. I mean, he's pretty well known from the indies. He comes out and says, hey, let's introduce you to our jobber. His name, James Harden. James Harden from Houston. From Houston? What, the Rockets are in town? I thought they lost. They're done. So we're guessing this jobber's gonna lose to Curt Hawkins. They have a match, out comes Baron Corbin. Actually, Baron Corbin interferes in the match. Curt Hawkins loses again. The absolute jobber loses to the jobber from Houston. It's really weird. So he's 0-200 now. And actually at the beginning of the match, he was saying, if I win, everybody gets free tacos. Nobody gets tacos. Baron Corbin turns a table of tacos onto Curt Hawkins, embarrassing the heck out of him. So I'm gonna give this segment a C+. It's crazy because I'm giving this match better grades than future matches in the show. Now we go to a quick segment in the backstage with Kurt Angle and the new Constable Corbin. He's gonna be the eyes and ears for Stephanie McMahon pretty much because Kurt Angle has been doing a lot of bad things on Raw. We all know that, we all see it. So the booking's been bad. He's made really bad decisions. So this is Stephanie McMahon pretty much telling him, I got my eyes on you, and Baron Corbin, he's gonna be watching. So this is where the show takes a dive. Next we have Nia Jax versus Natalya with Ronda Rousey again on commentary, which means there's probably gonna be no physicality between Rousey and Nia Jax. This match was trash. Like my friend Mike Hito says, it was garbage. I give it an F. And the fact that there was no physicality, even though Rousey came into the ring to help her friend because she did tweak her knee. Natalya did tweak her knee during the match, but nothing happened. This was a perfect opportunity for Nia Jax to pound on Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey was telling her, nope, get out of the way. I got this. Natalya's my friend. Nia, you could have beat the hell out of Rousey, and that would have made you a true heel. But that's the end of my commentary on this match because it was trash. F grade, ladies. So we go backstage with the glorious one, Bobby Roode, doing an interview talking about how he has to survive tonight against Braun Strowman to make it to Money in the Bank. The interview wasn't bad. Well, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. I'm not gonna grade it. We're gonna go straight to the match. Braun Strowman versus Bobby Roode. I give it a C-. It's just another monster beating the hell out of Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode showing how scared he is, getting out of the ring, pulling out a ladder and saying, oh, I got this guy. So they're running around the ring. Braun Strowman stops and literally breaks the ladder in half. What does Bobby Roode do? He falls back and says, oh my God. He's scared as hell. Of course, who wouldn't be? Moments later, power slam on Bobby Roode. Braun Strowman gets the win. Of course, Braun Strowman is the biggest attraction right now on Raw. He's a monster among men. So they're going to push him to the end. Will he win the Money in the Bank ladder match? I'm not sure, but we're going to have to find out. So all right, we're going to give Nia Jax another chance to become the true heel she should be. We go backstage to the trainer's room where Natalya's getting icing down her knee with Ronda Rousey. Here comes Nia Jax. This is your perfect opportunity, Nia. Beat Ronda Rousey down. Do something. And there's nothing. Natalya gets in between these girls, says, stop. I'm the one that's injured. I need some time alone. She leaves, and they stay there facing each other. It's friggin' horrible the way they're booking this. They're both looking weak. This is going to be a weak match at Money in the Bank. I would take it off the card, honestly. I really would. We go back to the ring with Renee Young, who's going to be interviewing the Deleters of Worlds. They actually have a shirt now that says Deleter of Worlds. It's pretty awesome. The entrance, of course, is awesome. They show the Fireflies with Bray Wyatt coming out. And, of course, Delete with Matt Hardy, of course. The interview was great. Renee Young asked the right questions on who do you feel you want to face at Money in the Bank for the tag team titles. They don't really care. They're the champs. They're just going to demolish whoever they put in front of them. And they know, of course, leads to the tag team battle royal. This match was horrible. It was trash. They actually put Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in this match. But what happens? They're the first ones eliminated from the match. How does that happen? They're probably two of the biggest names in WWE right now, and they're not wanting to push them. I don't understand what the booking is about. So, you know what? I actually said, I hope the B team wins. And actually, the B team did win. But I'm giving this entire match a D. I just think it wasn't well fought. And I think the rules were actually pretty weird. Because before in old matches, you get thrown out, it's actually the last man standing, and he represents the team that wins. Now next we have a Bobby Lashley interview. Well, not really an interview, just a segment with Sami Zayn. Of course, these two are going to be facing each other at Money in the Bank. I don't have a lot of comedic energy for this one or even anything to say about this one. The only reaction that the crowd, that they got from the crowd was when Sami Zayn said, "Are you really in the army? Bobby Lashley, were you really in the army?" And that was towards the end of the segment. This segment was horrible, it was trash. I don't know why they're booking them like this. I mean, there's no physicality. Like, we're supposed to settle stuff in the ring. You want something, you want to get at him, Bobby Lashley, you get him in the ring. Sami Zayn, get your ass in the ring. But this is horrible. I don't like it. It's an F. On to the next segment, on to the next match. I really don't care about this feud at all. I hope it ends at Money in the Bank, actually. So we go backstage for another interview. Half the show was backstage, actually. That's why I didn't like the show. I thought the show was trash. But go backstage with Jinder Mahal, having an interview. And then another interview with Roman Reigns in the same hallway, 20 feet from each other. It was kind of weird. It was kind of dumb. They were actually fighting over a camera, going back and forth with their interviews. So Roman says, "Oh, I'm going to go find you." And he goes and finds Jinder, and they start fighting. And then the officials come, and it was meaningless. It was meaningless. We know you're going to face each other. They're just trying to get heat for Jinder Mahal and some cheers for Roman, and it's actually the other way around. We're getting some boos and heat for Roman and cheers for Jinder Mahal. Every time Jinder hits him, it's yay. Every time Roman hits Jinder, it's boo. So meaningless. I'm not going to give it a grade. I'm just going to say it sucked. So I'm going to put my hands behind my back for this one. It's a 6-women tag team match. You know my feeling on tag team matches for the women, 6-man tag. They're just putting these ladies together. And actually it was weird because Alexa Bliss was tagging with Sasha Banks and Ember Moon. Alexa Bliss is a heel, not a babyface, tagging with these two babyfaces against the Riot Squad. Okay, the Riot Squad, they are heels and they play really good heels, annoying heels. So Alexa Bliss gets in the ring and fakes an injury, a little hamstring injury, and there comes her heel side. She leaves and leaves the two ladies by themselves against the Riot Squad. So they fight back and forth. It was actually a pretty good match. Sarah Logan showed some really good movesets. Liv Morgan, they gave her a little bit of time to wrestle. Of course, Ruby Riott and the other two ladies are going to the Money in the Bank, so they're spotlighting them as well. So they get into trouble, and who comes and saves the day? Bayley. Bayley, who's not even an afterthought in this match. She comes in and saves the match, gets the win for the babyfaces. But she wasn't part of the match. I'm glad that she got some cheers because Bayley's supposed to get cheers. That's her persona. She's a good girl, but she wasn't part of this match. And later on, let me give a grade to this match. C-. Later on, Baron Corbin, Mr. Constable Corbin, goes up and tells Kurt Angle, how can Bayley get the win for these ladies? She wasn't even in the match. That's against the rules. Or do you want to talk to Stephanie yourself? So Kurt Angle goes and tells the ladies, don't celebrate yet. You lose by disqualification because Bayley was an was interfering from outside. So the ladies, they're not celebrating, and they're actually blaming Bayley for coming in to help them. So there we go. More storyline for Sasha and Bayley. Now she looks at Bayley as like, now you cost me the match. The segment, I'm not gonna grade it, but like I said, the match was okay. I give it a C-. On to the next one. So the best part of the show involved the Big Show representing the Special Olympics. I have a nice little story about the Special Olympics. I used to be a Special Olympics volunteer. It's near and dear to my heart. So I loved watching the kids on stage, just gawking at the Big Show. I mean, Big Show looked really good. He lost a lot of weight. He's looking awesome. So that segued into the main event, Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens. Finn Balor actually comes out and starts too sweeting all the little kids and high-fiving them and everything. It was really cool. They did their Finn Balor impression where they turn around and do the, oh. It was really cool. I give WWE a lot of credit for that. But the match itself, awesome. I love these two guys. You know, it started out great, but it ended in a DQ. So I'm giving it a C. I have to. I can't give it a B. I can't give it an A because of the ending. I didn't understand it. I thought it would be a better match if there was a clean win or maybe a run-in of some sort, and there wasn't. There was no run-in. But the absolute best spot of the show and the match was when Kevin Owens brought a ladder into the ring. He goes up and he teases like he's going to frog splash about 3 or 4 times. He was very scared. So what does Finn Balor do? He gets up, knocks him off the ladder. Finn Balor climbs up. And he does a coup de grace from 15 feet in the air onto Kevin Owens. That was amazing. And I hope he does it at Money in the Bank too. That could get him the Money in the Bank contract. We end the show with Finn Balor unhooking the briefcase and holding it up high like he's gonna win it. I don't doubt it. Could he win it? Maybe so. He has just as much chance as anybody else. My final grade for this show is an F. Half the show was backstage. There wasn't a lot of action. The booking was horrible. There was some funny spots here and there. There was a couple of good matches, but too many Fs and Ds all over the place. It was just trash. I'm giving it an F. And I thought last week, you know, I gave the show actually a B-. I got a lot of flack for it, but I did enjoy the show last week. This week was freaking horrible. They just took 10 steps back after taking 5 steps forward. So Raw, you're getting F. But folks, those are my opinions. Those are my grades. Give me your opinions, give me your grades. Click this I right above me. Give it an A if you loved it, which I doubt you will. Give it an F if you didn't, just like me. Also, use your Twitter feed. Follow me at Psycho_Steve BTS. Folks, thank you so much for joining us for Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna be out for a couple days. Mike Heedle's got SmackDown and NXT. Enjoy. Don't be too hard on him.